Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So I've been able to update my raid build, and this is my second time recording it. First time I had some mic issues, and I just wanted to, show you guys, and for those of you who might be thinking if your raid build is not good enough, this is the build I used to beat a bunch of raids, and I've updated the build. It's actually pretty awesome. So stick around for the video and you see pretty much why I think the build is actually kind of in the best possible place that I think I've wanted it to be for a long time. And then there's still room for adjustments and, making it way better. But this is what I've, got, and this is what I've been able to come up with. So based on my last video, you guys, some of you in the comment section that are really in tune with what I really wanted to achieve, knew I wanted to do an unbreakable build with a lot of weapon damage and damage to elite. So you guys pointed me to go find a Healer Guard holster, and I was able to find a Healer Guard holster. I was able to find actually a bunch of them, but these ones, pretty much stand out for me. But let's go ahead and start from the mask, which I've been able to get another Badger Tough mask that has a little bit more health than my other one, and I was able to get the 40% damage to elite mask that I've been looking for. For those of you who've been following my videos, it's just the RNG had not dropped any for me for a while, and as many masks as I've come across, really good masks, none of them had come, as high as 40%. Now, some of you have 49%, so shut up and leave me alone. This is the best that the RNG had been able to do for me. I know, I'm jealous of you guys. This one also has 17% hazard protection, which is very good for Weasel and Dizzy and Ricochet. That mission has a lot of exotic damage going on, so it's nice to have that going in. And if you throw in my 3 Healer Guards, they also give me 20% hazard protection on top of that, so that's really nice. Well, let's just jump into the backpack, which has 14,000 health. I have 5.5% crit chance. This is not a crit build, but it just comes with it, so I guess I'll take it. And then I have the 10% weapon damage with hard hitting and on the ropes. On the ropes is not proccing because obviously it requires about 7 of the electronics, and I don't have 7, and I'm not using it in this current build. Now, if there's a situation where I'll be using it, then definitely I would use this backpack for something of that nature. And again, this backpack has an offensive mod slot, which I'm running 5% assault rifle damage mod in there and 0.5% weapon damage. I know that's how the mod came. Usually they come at 1.5 or 1%, weapon damage, but this one came just like this, and that's exactly what I got. Chest piece is my Fenris chest piece. 12.5% weapon damage. Now, I rolled 13% to it because remember there were those 13% chest pieces in a level 16 vendor. I went and purchased a few of them, or something like, no, maybe in our level 30 vendor. And for some reason, when I tried to roll it on here, it capped it out at 12.5%. So, quite annoying, but whatever. 26% health, 8.5% crit chance. I just, crit chance just falls into place with these items and I've gotten, so I'm pretty cool with them. Also, I have some health mods. They're not impressive. I've not been able to get some really good ones like I would prefer. I don't know, since maybe Title Update 5, they have not been dropping as well for me, so I just use what I get. Also, I have about 5,000 health on my Murakami Yugake firearm gloves. Now, note that these allow for you to roll about 11% assault rifle damage on them. The Kote gloves are the other kinds. Where are they? Okay, yeah. These I found to be capping out at about 10% when it comes to assault rifle damage. So that's why I didn't roll on the Kote gloves. So if you're paying attention and you're looking for, Murakami gloves, always, hope to get these, or if somebody has these, that's pretty much what you want for getting a higher roll. And we all know, Murakami is well preferred because it gives you 8% health for the one piece, and it's kind of nice to get that. You can also get some really cool talent. So I got Devastating on here, giving me 5% weapon damage. So you're looking at 16% weapon damage just on my gloves alone. And then for my Healer Guard holster, I have, 3 pieces, 11%, 11,000 health, 11% crit chance. I have decided not to touch this holster yet because I'm hoping that I can leverage this build for a crit chance build with an Eagle Bearer, and all that good stuff. And then this also has 4% assault rifle damage, 5% assault rifle damage as well, 1% weapon damage, 1.5% weapon damage. So a lot of weapon damage going on here. And then my Sidewinder Healer Guard knee pads, that gives me, damage to elites and 19,000 health. And I have an armor and an armor mod in there. Now, this build is, based on, my LMG is 33,500 unhinged, Jazz Hands and Everlasting. It'll be nice to get, Allegro with unhinged, but hey, On the day I find a weapon like that, hey, somebody, buy me some ice cream, because the RNG is terrible sometimes in this game. And then my custom P416, one of my best, gear score 496. I've not been able to get anything better. Even the 500 gear score ones I'm getting are all just kind of junky. They don't roll good damage rolls. So this is the one that I'm sporting, and it's actually doing a good job with Ranger, Allegro, and Stop, Drop, and Roll. Now, you might be wondering what is so special about this build. Well, nothing really if you look at the build in this case, because if you compare it to the last raid build that I did, I pretty much, had only specific items and all that good stuff. But what makes this build very good is the fact that today, a buddy of mine, after a raid, dropped me the Eagle Bearer. Oh my goodness. This just skyrocketed my entire build from wherever the heck it was to a whole different level. I mean, my base damage is at 31,000 and I have all this good stuff. After about 15 or so raids trying to get this weapon, a buddy of mine who has, like, I don't know, Jim, I appreciate you so much. Shout out to you for throwing down this weapon for me. This is his third Eagle Bearer, and it was just me running a raid, just kind of shoot the wind with a bunch of buddies that we've been running together. And, we all did like this crazy, stupid Eagle Bearer salute at the end of the video, at the end of the mission, sorry. And it was actually a pretty cool time. So I know this is actually much more appropriate for a crit chance build, but just placing it on my build the way it was with all my, stats and everything. Now, yes, with my P416, I do get a lot more damage to elites when it comes to that weapon, because, with modding it, where is it here? Where's that P416? Oh, there it is. If we look at my stat sheet, I'm getting, somewhere around 90% damage to elites because of the, well, where is that one? Let's change weapons, switch weapons. I'm getting around 90% damage to elites because of the mods and everything that I have on there. But then when I go to the EB, which is the Eagle Bearer, my damage to elites does come down because I don't have those mods. But the, just the raw flat damage already gives me a lot of incentive to run. I get about 77% damage to elites. If I want to replicate this number, I can, go ahead and run, a few different pieces here and there, maybe switch from Unbreakable, run some more Overlord or something that will give me more damage to elites and all that good stuff. Increase it to about 80 and then maybe put damage to elites here and lose 5% weapon damage. Probably not going to be too much of a, difference, but I think that's probably going to upgrade this build way better. And so this is now going to be my raid build, of which I've always completed the raid using the prior build, using my LMG. This LMG does very well at 33,000 base damage when I'm playing against Buddy and Lucy. Now, a few other tips that I would share with this raid build, and I'm kind of excited about my Eagle Bearer, but let me not get carried away, is my sidearm has this talent called In Rhythm. In Rhythm is actually pretty good when you're fighting a bunch of ads. Now, when you get to Buddy and Lucy, this is probably not going to help you, but usually somewhere around Razorback, Boomer, this is something that can really be helpful because it gives you a 5% chance to refresh your active skill cooldowns. Now, we all know that the Hive is a big part of your raid, skills that you're equipping. So when you get your Hive on, it takes about the cooldown. If you're not like, if your cooldown's not really low, your cooldown's anywhere from about 200 plus seconds to 240 seconds if you use it, or if you destroy it, if you dismantle it, that's about a bunch of your cooldowns is reduced, but that's still about 2 minutes to get this thing back. And so using In Rhythm is definitely going to help you mitigate a lot of that. And so for now, this is what I'm going to be rocking, just running around as my assault rifle build. I'm really excited, and I just wanted to just appreciate all the guys that were in that raid. Everybody had so much fun, and I wasn't even expecting to get it because I just almost given up. So I appreciate you, Joker, Chinny, all the guys that said not to give up on this, weapon, and just say, because I really was going to just, throw my hands in the air and say, well, I really don't have enough time to be, investing in this. But, one of the commenters on this channel, Joker, said, it's going to be definitely worth it because the weapon actually does very well. And so far so good. I think it's really pretty good for what it's done. Also, I want to just say, I want to shout out to Cray. Cray is the one that every time he gets something, the very next day, somehow, some way, I always get it because, you know, I watch his channels. He's a cool YouTube, you know, content creator with the Division stuff, and I watch him a lot. So after seeing his video, I was like, okay, I gotta hold my, you know, my act together, and hopefully maybe I'll get this weapon, you know, next week or the next refresh. But somehow I was able to get it today. So if you think that your raid build is actually not good, the Eagle Bearer aside, what I used before, I was able to get this Eagle Bearer, which I've never used this Eagle Bearer through a raid. So if you're watching this video, this weapon has never run through a raid with me. The only weapons that have done the raid with me are these two weapons right here. So if you have anything close to what I'm using or anything even better, then you are way ready for the raid and you're ready to get out there. So you need to get out there, you know, join groups. Your damage is respectable. Definitely, if you can muster anything from 70, 80, 90% damage to elites with maximum about 50%. I think my weapon damage bonuses, where's my all weapon damage bonus for my LMG? Let me switch to my AR. Yeah, my all weapon damage bonus is like 30%. So rifle damage is like 50%. So some people have much better than I do. And so if you're looking at, you know, running something like that, then definitely a build like that will be able to take you through the raid. And so something like an Eagle Bearer is just an icing on the cake. It's more of a big icing on the cake, but that's all I wanted to share today. Thank you guys so much for your time and your audience. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're farming the Eagle Bearer, I'm just going to tell you what everybody told me. Don't give up. It's actually worth it. So thank you very much once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.